Okay guys, I wasn't sure if the day would ever come, but hi, my name is Jessica. I have a small business called Jessica's Cozy Creations where I make plushie type items and I sell them mostly at markets. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for 500 subscribers. I mean, that's halfway to 1,000. To me, that's a really big deal. I think at this point I am at 550, but I am very excited about that. I would love to do a giveaway for a plushie when we get to 1,000 subscribers, but I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out yet, so stay tuned for that. I know I'm late to the game, but I will be doing my review of Alize Velluto. I usually use Bernat blanket yarn, but lately it's been a pain to get all of the colors that I want, and especially all in the same place, so I figured that I would start expanding and trying out different things. And I know that there's plenty of other reviews on this, but I haven't seen anybody who is like somebody that mostly uses Bernat yarn do a review on it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm sure you all have seen it, but this thing is a brick. I mean, it's honestly much heavier than I expected it to be. I expected it to be like packed really tightly, but I didn't expect it to be this heavy. So I'm gonna try my best to open this without splitting the yarn. I know that people have trouble with that. I don't even know, like, should I start in the middle, on a corner? I don't really know. I'm just gonna grab some scissors and figure it out. Okay, I am actually pretty nervous to open this. I don't really know where to open it from. I don't know. I guess I just need to pick a point and just go, because I don't think that there's really any right or wrong. I want to do a corner, but the corners are like taped more than the middle. So no matter what I do, it feels wrong. So let's just go for it. I see yarn. Wow, okay. So that is like no joke. I was just trying to cut the tape and not the actual package, and I already see yarn. So I have a strong feeling that I probably cut some yarn. I'm looking at the little bit of bag that I punctured, and I actually think that I didn't cut the yarn, but I still have, like, it's still like this, so we'll see. Poking out, it looks like monk's cloth for like punch needle, but I don't know what that is, but it really does look like it, so we'll see here in a second. So I'm thinking, because like the banding is on the side, next time that might be the best place to start cutting it. That way if I cut through a little bit, it cuts the band around the yarn. Okay, here we go. I can hear it expanding. Okay, there we go. I don't even remember all the colors I got. That's kind of crazy that all this fit in that small package. That is insane. I kind of forgot how much yarn I got. I just spent enough money to where I could get free shipping. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to see, because on these I think they have the color number on them. It's soft. I like it already. Let's see. So I've heard a lot of people talking about how they don't have names for the colors. They just have numbers, but I'm pretty sure they actually do have the names on the site. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna check through all of these and write down the names. I'll give you the number of the color and then also the name that they have on the website. Okay, so this is a bag, which makes a lot more sense. But it does definitely feel like monk's cloth. And I do have the colors for you guys, but most of them are very basic. So let's start with Color 360, this is navy blue. Color 414, this is azure. I hope I'm saying that right. Color 56, red. Color 60, black. Color 31, baby pink. I love this one. I love pink. Color 121 is just called pink. I would have called it like bubblegum. I love this color so much. Color 493, coffee. Color 19, open mint. Color 141, sax. Color 310 is honey foam. What one is that? Honey foam. Color 43, lavender. Color 55, white. And then the last one is, okay, actually this is azure, and some of you were probably like, that doesn't make any sense for this one. I've never heard that word before, so you were right. This is mimosa, color 216. I got all of these off of Hobby Shoppy. I got them for $2.90. They were on sale when I got them. And then if you spend over $99, then you get free shipping. So I think it was pretty good. I can't remember how much I spent. It was a little over $100, but I got 3 of every color that I got because they're kind of small. I will say right off the bat, I am really excited. I hope that it's going to work up the way that I want it to work up. I've tried other things to replace Bernat, or at least like add some other things to it, and I'm just not a big fan of anything else that I try. Like, I'll use it somewhat, but for the most part, I'm a huge Bernat fan. So this actually feels really similar to like the Buttercup that's right there and the white that's right there. Because they have some, I'm sure all of you know, they have some that are really coarse and thick, and I don't like that. I prefer the ones that are like the thinner, softer ones, but I haven't been able to find anything else that's like that. And from what I can tell so far, this is very similar to that. So we'll see how it works out, but I'm really excited. I don't know what I want to make yet. I actually hadn't planned that out because I forgot what colors I got. So I'm going to look at these colors. I think I really want to use this one, but we'll see. I'm going to look at the colors and then look at some patterns and decide what I want to make. Also, I just want to point out that I'm not the best at saying Alize Velluto because I have wisdom teeth that really need removed. That's why I have a little bit of a lisp, but it's hard for me to say certain words. I'm getting them removed in like a month, so hopefully I'll be easier to understand and I'll be better at saying things after that. So I decided that I'm going to make something that I already have made in Bernat and in the thinner ones. That way I can compare. And then I will also be making a gummy bear. So holding these up together, this is Bernat, this is Alize. Well, first of all, the color is almost exactly the same. They look very similar, but when you like hold them up, I'm just gonna have to take this band off. When you hold them up like right next to each other, there is a noticeable difference in my opinion. I guess on camera you can't see it, but it's not really seeing it, it's feeling it. Like when I rub my fingers against these, this one definitely is more thin. So I'm hoping that the difference when it's worked up isn't too much. I am gonna start out using the same size hook that I always use, and I'm about to blow your guys' minds. I use a 5.75 hook from Walmart because I like the way that it's like rounded, and all of the other fancy hooks that I see aren't rounded like that. And honestly, I'm just comfortable with this. It's cheap. It's what I've used literally since I started crocheting 10 years ago, before it like really got popular and before like they had all like the cute patterns and stuff out. So I just did my own thing in my bedroom, and back then I used to work with acrylic yarn because it was cheap, and I just always used these Walmart hooks. So it's what I'm used to. I am going to try to use this but if that doesn't work out, then I will go down to a size 5 hook. But this is what I use for just about everything. So please don't come for me. It's just what I'm used to. Maybe at some point I'll like upgrade to better hooks, but I don't really see a reason to right now if this is what I'm comfortable with and I don't have any problems with it, you know? I will be using these colors for the cow. I'm just gonna make a regular cow. And then I will be using this color for a gummy bear. And I'll see you when it's done. Okay guys, I wasn't sure if the day would ever come, but I think I can honestly say I have a new favorite yarn. I love this yarn so much, and I love Bernat when it is the softer, actual good yarn. I don't think that there's a better yarn in my personal opinion, but it's so inconsistent, and now with Joann Fabrics being closed, it's difficult for me to find all of the colors that I like in one place. So with that being said, here is the Bernat blanket cow, and then here is the Alize cow. They are like pretty much the same. This is a tiny bit smaller. When I stand them up right next to each other, this one is a little bit taller, but I think overall they're pretty much the same. And I do really like that the black and the white are more consistent, like more similar, versus Bernat, the black spots poke out just a little bit because it's thicker yarn, and then the ear I have to take a couple stitches out, otherwise the ear would be bigger. But this, I was able to do it the same on both sides, and then this isn't like poking out like it usually does. So I am really happy with this yarn. And then here are the gummy bears. So, oh, one's upside down. There are the gummy bears. You can literally barely notice. This is the Alize Velluto one, and it is a tiny bit smaller than the Bernat. And also, let's see, I took notes. I remember just from like feeling these, this is softer, in my opinion, by a considerable amount. It's just a lot. It almost makes Bernat feel rough, even their soft stuff. So that's kind of crazy. As far as shedding, that's issues that I've had with other yarns. A big reason why I don't like other yarns is because of the shedding. Like, that's something I can't get past. I can't get past the shedding. I could use those yarns, but they could never be my favorite. They could never be ones that I use consistently. This doesn't have very much shedding at all. It's pretty much like Bernat as far as the shedding. Another thing I forgot to mention is I did use the same hook size that I usually use, which is awesome. I was worried I was going to have to go down a size, and that is a big reason why I stick with this Walmart hook, because people don't usually make these hook sizes, like 5.75. I know it was a weird size, but I've just gotten so comfortable with it that I really don't want to use any other size hook than this, so I'm glad that I didn't have to size down. They also, I mean, I guess you could argue that they don't have more colors. I feel like they do. It depends, because I avoid a lot of colors in Bernat that are really rough. So in my mind, those colors don't even exist, because I won't buy them if they're like too rough. And if I have them, it's because I accidentally bought them online, didn't realize, and then am like slowly working my way through finishing them. But in my opinion, they have more colors, because in my mind, the really rough colors don't exist for Bernat. The last thing that I really like about it is that it is cheaper than Bernat at this point. I used to be able to get Bernat pretty cheap at Joann Fabrics, but now can't do that. So one skein of these is equivalent, or sorry, 3 skeins of these is equivalent to the normal size skein for Bernat, and these are $2.50 a piece, at least right now while they're on sale. So that's almost $9 for a full skein, versus if you get it on Yarnspirations right now, it's like 13 something. It's ridiculous. I don't want to pay that much for yarn. So I am happy about that too. Overall, I really couldn't be more happy with this yarn. I was a little bit nervous to like buy so much of it to try it out, but I didn't want to have to pay for the shipping, and I really wanted to be able to find something that I could replace Bernat yarn with. I will still get a couple of things, but for the most part, I think that this will be the new yarn that I use consistently. Oh yeah, one more thing that I did want to mention is that I do feel like you can see the stitch definition a little bit more, which I'm not like the biggest fan of. Like you can see like the color changes and stuff a little bit more. And then as you can tell, like the arms, you can tell that these were like stitched on a little bit more than you can tell that these were. But that's not like that big of a deal to me. I feel like my stitches and everything are pretty neat overall, so that's not like a major concern with me. I guess that just would be like one of the few flaws with that, but other than that, it's great. Well, I think that is about it. Like I said, I know that there are other people that have done reviews like months ago, but I just wanted to give my side of it as somebody that uses Bernat, and I wanted to look for a replacement for Bernat, and I think that this is perfect. Give me your opinions on what you think if you've tried it, or what your opinion is on seeing it in the video. And thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you feel so inclined, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh my god.